Hi everyone, welcome to TGIF, another Friday, another episode. I'm sure you've heard the term Copilot, which is synonymous to AI-powered digital companion. This is definitely a new design thinking and symbiotic in bridging human-computer interaction. To talk more about the term and its industry relevance, I thought it is best to speak to a leader at Microsoft who is the most curious and has a point of view on new age technology. It's my pleasure to welcome Irina Ghosh, Chief Operating Officer of Microsoft India, for a short conversation. Irina, welcome to TGIF.
Total pleasure to be here, and thank you so much, Sandeep.
Wonderful. Irina, quick question to you. Copilot is a term which is making around these days and a term which is resonating well with our industry leaders. So, your point of view in terms of its relevance in the industry going forward?
Absolutely, Sandeep. So each of us in our heart want to do work which drives a sense of purpose. But think about us. A lot of times and every day, we are actually overwhelmed doing things which is a tad short of drudgery, which literally kills our creativity, takes away our time and energy. So, what's the way that we kind of reconnect and bring our soul back to work? It literally means that it's not just a step improvement. We need to think about a whole new way of doing work. That's where, in my view, the power of the next generation AI comes across to work in the form of Copilot. Now, we've talked about human computer interaction for a very, very long time. And in this context, it's conversation, which by far makes the biggest connection when you think about how human and computers come together. In this context, when you think about it, it's frankly what Bing is doing as being a co pilot into the web arena. And similarly, ChatGPT, the most commonly used thing across everybody in the last few days, is the way digital assistants are coming across in the foray. But let me do a little bit of a switch. I think what is the need of the hour is towards having these AI powered co-pilots as a way for everybody in the industry as a persona to have people do their productive best and show up. So it means that how can you have a co-pilot which can assist you with your data, with insights, help you reason better, and be that true companion for you to do and show up your best every day at work.
Wonderful. Great thought. In fact, you mentioned Copilot, industry personas. Look at it this way. We have key industry personas doing the work on a daily basis. And if you look at a companion, those are the folks who need companion. Now, a common question, Irina, that's come our way at the tech center is, how do you approach this tarmac, right? Copilot for sure, but if you have to give directional input for our customers, how should they approach this trail of innovation and make sure their applications are looked up to as something which is innovative and they bring in that fundamental thinking of Copilot into their solution? So, directional input from you.
Sure. And in this realm, I would say that think of three things basically. First, think about putting your design thinking cap. And when you think of that, it is you at the center. Basically, you're thinking about the digital transformation of the key asset of everything, which is people. Now, when I turn it upside down, the first thing that I would do is first, I would really like to understand the length and breadth of what GPT can offer. The second, I would say it's very important is that where is the convergence of things that you're doing which are led by natural language query? And the third, then I'll bring across one and two and say that which are these key personas where I can have the maximum amount of productivity gain, the automation and creativity, etc., being brought in for them to be kind of delivering the best. So roles which can get impacted or which can get enhanced are things like your frontline salespeople. Say, for example, people who are engaged in customer service agent work, or even people who are doing a lot of work, say, around the automation part and many, many more. So many kind of implications. It just needs a little bit of a thinking and applying this to a realm and set of people.
Oh, brilliantly summarized. In fact, this is probably is a narrative we need to pass on to customers because a lot of times the question is, what do I solve, right? That's a bigger question when it comes to AI. And going the trail of wearing a design thinking hat and making sure I identify the right personas and, of course, the value it brings to that persona becomes critical. Thanks for that. Quick question. I would say this is a follow-up on the Copilot trail. last week, it was a significant week in the history of Microsoft, I must say, because something new happened, and under the current topic, it rained Copilots, right? Pretty much. So much of goodness that happened last week when it comes to the Copilot for work. Can you tell us more about this, and how do you think this is a defining moment in how we look at work going forward? I mean, what's your take on that?
Totally. And I can tell you, Sandeep, in my 21 years of experience at Microsoft, I've never had so much of an excitement coming across externally, everybody asking as to how things can change in the realm of what they are doing every day. And when I think about this, the introductions to Microsoft 365 were in two ways. So the first one is that it gets embedded in your Microsoft 365 apps, the apps that you're using every day, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, Teams, and it gets integrated and enhances the way that you're kind of doing work, taking creative inputs out of things which are coming across as signals to you, and improving on things that you're doing. The second part is an experience enhancement, what we call business chats. Now, business chats is getting the ability of integrating the large language applications, the Microsoft 365 applications that I just talked about, and pulling a lot of data from tools that you always use, say from your calendars, your Outlook, email, documents, etc., and ensuring that it's giving across a very cohesive way of looking at things. I'll give you an example. Say, for example, today morning, I do a team meeting with my team. Some people are not able to attend it. Now, the usual thing would have been that I ask somebody, or I myself create a minutes of the meeting, which takes across a lot of time, people, resources, and then I send across an update. However, when I finish my meeting, I just initiate a business chat and say, can you put across a status update on the product strategy that we did today morning? And voila, it pulls across things from the meeting that I had, documents, the email chats, and with next steps. That's it. Isn't it truly magical in the way we think about the next generation of work?
Oh, wonderful. That's fabulous. I can't wait to get my hands on that, Reena, because trust me, I've been using the new Bing for some time now, and it's changed the way I look at information, right? Rather than me looking for information, information finds me, right? I mean, that's the new tarmac we're going to live in, right? Wonderful. Reena, thank you so much for time today. That was truly profound, your thoughts.
Thank you. It was a pleasure being here and looking forward to all the changes that we can drive with our customers, partners, and everybody working together. Thank you, Sandeep.
Wonderful, Reena. And again, for all viewers today, as Reena lightly said, I think I would put in three things, just summarize. Number one, get acquainted with the art of the possible when it comes to Copilot, number one. Number two, identify use case where NLP can be a classic candidate. Number three, marry these two with the personas in the industry who is empowered with this innovation. With that, thanks for watching us today. Have a wonderful Friday. Keep watching TGI and have a great weekend ahead. Bye-bye.